After securing a landing zone, Republic forces, notably the forces of the 501st, began advancing on their primary objective during the invasion of Umbara, capturing the capital city of the world. Republic forces had taken significant losses during their landing, but had managed to regroup and set up an effective staging area, and once that had been done, the forces of the 501st began advancing towards the city, now under the command of General Pong Krell. It was clear to Republic leadership that with the resistance they had faced in securing a landing zone, the battle for the capital would be a difficult one. The plan was that Obi-Wan's 212th Attack Battalion would assault the city from the south, while Anakin's 501st would move around the north side of the city and flank the defenders. However, to do that, they first had to make their way towards the city. The objectives of Republic forces in this battle were rather simple: make their way to the city and begin assaulting the city's defensive forces. The Umbarans, on the other hand, wanted to prevent Republic forces from approaching the city and put up a firm defensive effort to prevent a Republic assault on their capital. Initially, the plan pitched by General Skywalker would see several small reconnaissance forces probing the defenses around the capital city, ahead of a larger assault that would attack the defenses from multiple angles. However, under the questionable leadership of Pong Krell, the assault plan was modified. Republic forces would now advance down the main road that leads directly into the city. While the men of the 501st did originally object to this questionable order, they ultimately did follow it, forming up on the main route to the city and marching towards the Umbaran defenders, surely hidden as they got closer to the capital. The advancing Republic column down the main road consisted primarily of infantry and AT-RTs, but there was likely some heavier armor stashed away in the back, albeit not very useful heavy armor in this particular engagement. As the Republic forces began advancing, however, they quickly found that the main route had been significantly booby-trapped, with a large number of anti-personnel and anti-vehicle mines placed beneath the paving stones of the main road. These mines managed to take a few casualties before Republic forces began minesweeping ahead of them as they advanced slowly down the path. This slowed Republic pace made them easy target for an ambush, which is exactly what happened. Umbaran hover tanks hidden in the woods nearby began firing long arcing shots that rained down on the Republic forces like artillery. This immediately caught Republic forces off guard and put them in a firm defensive position, which made them particularly vulnerable to a large infantry assault which quickly emerged from the woods on either side of the road. With Republic forces stunned by the abruptness of this Umbaran ambush, they now found themselves on the defensive, so much so that Umbaran militia forces were able to advance on their positions and engage Republic troops in hand-to-hand combat. On top of that, the Umbarans began using natural foliage to gain the high ground, climbing the local trees and firing on Republic forces from their high vantage points. On top of that, the narrow nature of the pass and the fact that the Umbarans were firing out of the woods made the Republic AT-RTs relatively ineffective, as they're best suited for combat on open ground. Realizing that his forces were completely surrounded, Captain Rex ordered Republic forces to begin withdrawing in an effort to lead the Umbarans onto the path and bring them into the open for heavier Republic weaponry to engage them. This is directly against the orders of Pong Krell, who ordered Republic troops to advance regardless of the resistance. As Republic forces withdrew, the Umbarans took the bait, advancing into the clearing of the roadway and pursuing the now retreating Republic forces down the road away from the city. As the forward elements of the Republic formation fell back into the rear guard that were watching the back of the formation, they set up a firm defensive line and basically drew a line in the sand, with the Umbarans now fighting the Republic forces along an open stretch of road. The cannons on the AT-RT, as well as the combined fire of a larger Republic force, were able to halt the Umbaran advance and soon force Umbaran forces to withdraw. This withdrawal, however, would be temporary. Umbaran forces withdrew from the immediate engagement and began regrouping and redistributing their forces, and only a few minutes later would carry out a counterattack, using heavy artillery to strike Republic forces and engaging them from the trees on either side of the road, similar to their first ambush. This once again put Republic forces in a tricky defensive position. While they were struggling to hold their ground, they received word from Obi-Wan Kenobi that his forces were failing to breach the defenses on the south side of the Umbaran capital. It was also revealed that Republic intelligence had identified an Umbaran airbase that was resupplying the defenders of the city. If this airbase could be taken by Republic forces, it would prove to be a significant blow to the logistic capabilities of the Umbaran militia. As such, the order was given by Pong Krell for Republic forces to withdraw from this engagement and prepare for an assault on the airbase. And Republic forces, following his order, began a fighting retreat, slowly withdrawing down the length of the road and hoping the Umbarans would not give chase, which they didn't. The Umbaran forces in the area had the simple objective of stopping Republic forces from reaching the capital, and with Republic forces withdrawing, it seemed like they had won the day. Ultimately, while the Battle of Umbara raged on, the engagement on the road to the capital of the planet could be considered an Umbaran victory. The Umbarans had managed to successfully rout the Republic attack and prevent a Republic assault from the north of their capital. Their firm defense had also forced the Republic to reassess their target priorities and plan a new strategy. This is coming after the early Republic successes in this campaign, where they secured a landing zone and staging area during the initial invasion. If you'd like to learn about the landing on Umbara, I'll leave a link in the upper right-hand corner to my battle analysis on that. And if you have any other engagements you'd like to see covered in future episodes of Battle Analysis and added to the archive, you can let me know down below in the comments. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.